Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. I hope everyone is okay. If you are new here, my name is Matobane Mukhulu, and if you are a returning subscriber, welcome back and thank you for coming back to this channel. So in today's video, we're going to be talking about balancing work and studies and your life in general. So I'll also be giving some tips on how I manage to balance my life, studying and working at the same time. So first thing that you need to do is to make sure that you have a routine. If you already have a routine, just be aware of your routine. I'll give an example. So let's say you usually come back from work around 5, and let's say you have kids as well, and you usually do laundry. Okay, let's not say do laundry because most people don't do laundry during the week. Let's say you'd usually wash the dishes if you have not, or cook. Let's say you make sure that your kitchen is clean, you cook and make sure that the kids have eaten, and then that they do their homeworks, and then maybe watch TV for like an hour. But yeah, you usually make sure that by around 9 in the evening that they have done everything, they've bathed, and now it's time for them to go to sleep, so that you can maybe have an hour or 1 hour, 30 minutes to yourself before you go to sleep, just to reflect on the day and life in general. So if that's the case, and now you know your routine, you know that you usually have 1 hour 30 minutes to yourself before you go to sleep every day. So let's say that now that you're studying, you, after being aware of your routine, then you have to have a plan. So you're in your plan, then you would say, for example, let's say you are doing management level and you're starting with E2, for example. So if you're starting with E2, then you have to plan. So let's say it's January, and you know that you want to write the objective test by March, end of March, or you're doing that FLP thing program, and you want to make sure that you are done with E2 by end of March. So then you'll have to plan how much time do you have. If you used to sleep around 11 every day, then, and wake up around 5, then you have to adjust your routine to say, okay, I can still do everything that I used to do every day and finish it with everyone and the kids by 9. And instead of taking 1 hour 30 minutes to myself, I can have 1 hour to myself to reflect, then study for instead of sleeping at 11, then now I can sleep at 12 every day. Then I have 1 hour or 2 hours of studying every day. So you don't really have to study every day. Let's say during weekdays, working days, you can study for those 2 hours every day, and of that specific module. Like I said before, that I would advise you to do one module at a time, especially if you're working. So you would study for 6 hours during weekdays, and on Saturday, let's say you wake up in the morning, clean your house, do your laundry, then rest, then maybe study for, like, because it's weekend, you have more time to yourself, you have more time to study. Then you'd study for let's say 4 hours, because you'd usually study for 2 hours during the week. Then you'd go to the library if you have someone to look after the kids. If you don't have kids, you can just go to the library, study for 4 hours, and then after that 4 hours, then you can come back home, do other things that you need to do, then go out in the evening if you need to go out with your friends, or there's other things that you need to attend to. And on Sunday, let's say you go to church, you can wake up in the morning, do what you usually do, then go to church. When you come back, rest, and then maybe in the afternoon or in the evening, then study for like 3 hours, because it's Sunday, you have more time compared to during the week. Then maybe study from 8 to 11, then sleep earlier than you would during the working days, because you would have had some time to rest during the weekend. So for me, what I used to do is I would go to the office, and then I would knock off around 5, then rest, because I lived alone anyway. So even with cooking, I'll decide if I want to cook today or not. Sometimes I find that I cooked yesterday, I'm not cooking today, so I had more time to myself. Then I would mostly just be on my phone, on YouTube, on social networks. Just the TV as well would be playing, but I wouldn't be paying attention to that. Then maybe I would start studying around 8:30, 9. Then I would sleep around 11 every day. So I would study like 3 hours every day. And I would also, because days are different, sometimes you find that you had a long day at work. So if you know that your goal is to study 6 hours during weekdays, it doesn't really have to be, okay, I'm gonna study on Monday, Wednesday and Friday. So what if on Monday you had a very hectic day at work, but on Tuesday your day was better, so you could study on Tuesday instead of Monday. But as long as you stick to studying 6 hours during the week, then you know that during the weekdays, the working days, you manage to reach your goal. And as well, just make sure that when you do have a plan to say, by the end of this week, I want to have studied chapter 1 and chapter 2 and attempted all the questions for those chapters, and also attempted those questions in the practice kit under exam conditions. So let's say for those 6 hours, you'd use them to study an entire chapter or 2 chapters, depending on how big those chapters are. So you plan your studying according to how big the chapters are, your usual understanding of the chapters, because usually some chapters you'd be like a continuation from the previous module, let's say E1 to E2. You know that, okay, this is just studying, I can actually comprehend this, and then go through your textbook to see, okay, this chapter maybe has 100 pages. So instead of this week having to study 2 chapters, I can just strive to study 1 chapter, because this chapter is too long. So don't just like force to do 2 chapters, even though you can see that you're going to end up not understanding everything. You're going to just study for the sake of finishing the 2 chapters that you said that you are going to finish. So just set up your plan based on how big the chapters are, your understanding of those chapters. So you have you can just go through 2 chapters and see, okay, these are small chapters, I can actually do them this week. Then plan that accordingly. So you'd know that, okay, for 2 days of the week, I'll do 1 chapter and the questions at the end of the chapter. And then for the other working day, I'll start another chapter. If I don't finish it on Saturday, I'll finish it and do the questions at the end of the chapter. Then on Sunday, I will do the questions in the practice kit for both 2 chapters. So pace yourself accordingly, according to how big the chapters are, your understanding of the chapters. So if you had planned that this month you would have finished, let's say 1 month you would have studied 6 chapters, but as you study, you can see that you're not understanding as fast and also getting the questions right as fast as you thought you would. Just remember that it's not a race. Then you can always adjust your plan. It's your plan. No one is pointing a gun at you. No one is going to come at you and be like, hey, you said you'll be writing by the end of this month or by the end of this quarter. So just pace yourself, stick to the plan, the study hours that you've planned for yourself for that module, for that week. And eventually, when you feel ready, by the time you feel that you are ready, then go ahead and book that exam. So I do hope that you guys found this video to be very helpful in terms of balancing your life, your studies, and working at the same time, because I know it's not always easy. But at the end of the day, the goal is to end up reaching that goal of completing the level that you're on, if you are still on a certain level, and even if it's the last level, completing that level, getting the competencies, and eventually qualifying as a CGMA. I do hope that you guys enjoyed this video, and if you did, please do like the video, share the video, comment, and if you have anything to ask, you can ask it in the comment section. If you haven't subscribed already, please do subscribe so that we can grow this channel together, and also do hit the notification bell so that next time I post a video you are notified, and you can just go ahead and not miss any video that I post going forward. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.